Hi, my name is Madison Erwin. I'm a 3D animator. I was self-taught on Blender, and I have now been in the animation industry professionally working for the past 3 years. My class on Skillshare just launched, and it's all about how to make it in the 3D animation industry. And guess what? Today, I'm sharing an exclusive sneak peek with you, so stay tuned. In this lesson, we're going to be going over how to build your demo reel, how to build your website, and good tips and tricks for demo reel specifically, making sure that it is readable, it is clear, and it is specialized towards whatever niche of animation you're trying to get into. The important part of a demo reel is this is what you're showcasing yourself as an artist to your employer. Whoever your prospective employer is, your client is, your demo reel is a reflection of you and who you are as an artist. And something that I heard very early on in my animation career was you are only as good as the worst shot on your demo reel. You need to make sure that you're showcasing your best work, and you need to show a good level of versatility, but also making sure that you're not showing anything that you would hate for someone to hire you based off of. We're gonna be going over some practical tips of how to choose those shots, how to choose that work, and what to leave out. First things first, I have my demo reel pulled up here. This is one of my newer ones of some of my new body of work from different shows I've worked on, and also, as you can see, still some personal student shots. I keep some personal shots on my demo reel specifically because I like to be able to show that, hey, I do work outside of production. Maybe you're first starting out as a student and you only have student work. That's totally okay. So you can have student work, and I've gotten a lot of my first jobs with just student work on my demo reel because I never got, from the first few freelance gigs I did, I never got the actual shots back. That's totally okay to have that. But as you start growing as an artist, as you start taking more gigs, you start getting more things that, oh, now I actually have production work to be able to show on this. So a good demo reel is kind of a mix of both. Specifically, if you are also going into feature animation, it's important to show, hey, I do work outside of just my studio work. Because a big thing that feature animator employers want to see and recruiters is they want to see, does this person have good ideas? Everyone can be an animator, but to become a great animator that's really employable, you have to be able to have good ideas. And you have to be able to showcase that, hey, I can come up with ideas myself. I can riff, I can figure out new things. So that's what really makes you a different animator comparatively to just a good animator that can execute. Now we're gonna dive into my demo reel. Starting off, we have title card, important. This should be the first thing that they see. Here we have my name, Madison Erwin, character animation reel, and also contact information. I have my email, phone number, things that you use for business. And as you can see, I have a shot underneath of it. And this is a shot that I did in production, but it wasn't long enough to put on my demo reel. It didn't really feature much. It's just a breathing cycle, as you can see. So nothing really fancy. I thought it looked cool though, so I was like, this would be a cool title to my demo reel. However, you do not have to have a shot playing. If anything, this is a little bit of a risky move, I would say. So don't necessarily say, oh, let me grab something of my work and throw it on a demo reel just so it looks pretty. Ideally, for the longest time until I did the Spider-Verse shot, I had just a black title card and it had just my name and my contact information. Next thing, I like to start off my demo reels with one of my better shots. Now there's conflicting advice about this and I kind of agree with all of it. But my personal approach is I show one of my best shots first and I show my second best shot last. I do this specifically because you want to leave people with a good taste in their mouth. So having a good shot at the end, if they watch your reel all the way to the end, it leaves a good taste. And also the first shot being one of your best shots too, also hooks them in. For this first one, this is a pretty long, I think this is the longest shot in my demo reel. It's a long acting shot. This is something that specifically I put in because it's a dialogue shot too. If you have dialogue, that's a really good way to start off and have something that's entertaining. It gets the viewer, has a lot of acting in it, so that's always a good thing to show. And this is specifically my reel catering towards feature animation. Next off, we have another Spider-Verse shot. This is just a very subtle shot that I did of Gwen's dad just talking. Very simple, very visually appealing. The lighting and ink and paint department did incredible on this shot. It's so pretty, so I was like, okay, that'd be a great pretty one to show. The acting is there. So again, another good acting shot because that's specifically what I'm trying to cater my reel towards. As you can see, there's not a lot of body mechanics. There's not a lot of characters moving around and going crazy. A lot of more subtle things like this. All right, so the next shot in my demo reel, these are two very short shots, but I had two shots in a sequence that went right next to each other. And I got to work on Lila, which she was really fun because she had a lot of different things going on and lots of ink lines and stuff that we got to play around with. I call this kind of a filler shot of something that's in there. It's pretty. Next up on my demo reel, I have a personal work. This is something I did kind of after I had already been in the industry. I'd had a few jobs. I think I was working a full-time job at this point. And then I did an animation kind of mentorship workshop, and I did this shot outside of work hours. That was chaotic. I don't recommend that. I did it all after hours while working like 50, 60-hour weeks doing OT on a project. Crazy shot, but I put this in because it's nice to be able to show, hey, I can work with different rigs, different characters, different styles, and you can definitely tell that this is a personal shot. It's not pretty and lit and rendered. I think it's a good thing to show. I'd say these are some of the weaker shots of my reel, but they show a lot of acting. That's why I wanted to keep them in here. But these shots specifically are ones I'd like to replace one day, and so I need to work on more personal shots to replace these. I think you should always have a chunk in your demo reel that you're wanting to update, and that should be kind of your personal shots, anything that you're working on yourself. You should always be able to update them. One of my mentors when I was learning animation told me, I should not recognize your demo reel in a year. And that sounds simple. It's like, okay, yeah, you should be updating all your shots within a year. But that's hard to do sometimes, especially when you're just starting out as a student or just starting out working in the industry, freelance, because you're having to get shots when they're done from the different productions you've worked on. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. But it's a good rule of thumb to try to follow. Next up, we have a I am Groot shot. It shows that I have production experience. I worked on, this Marvel series. That's a good thing to show in your demo reel as well. My next shot I have, this is a cutscene from a video game I worked on at Ember Lab. This one I think shows a lot of good acting. I've actually gotten hired specifically off of these two shots. I know that it's a fan favorite of my demo reel, which is one of those things. It's really funny when you show people your demo reel, you might not know what people really like and what they don't for whatever reason, but this shows a lot of subtle work, a lot of subtle acting. You have a character having a very intense moment, she's crying, and it also looks really pretty too. So this is how my demo reel ends. We have these two shots. And then there we go, we're back to a title card. I always like to link back to the title card. This one doesn't have a shot underneath it. This is usually what a title card should look like on a demo reel. Don't get fancy and try to put a million things all over it. To me, the simpler, the better. I've viewed a lot of students' demo reels before, and I sometimes have clicked off as soon as I see things happening on the screen. If that's your name and there's bouncing balls and things happening and you've got a bunch of little fake animations kind of just coming in, and it's too much. So you want to keep this as simple as possible. As you can see, I just have a black screen. I'm using DaVinci Resolve here as my program because I'm cheap. And I wanted to go in and just put basic text, my name, number, how to contact me, that's it. And that way it's a nice little loop too. So by the end of your demo reel, again, this is about 4 or 5 seconds, and I have that, and then it ends, and then it will just loop back to the beginning whenever someone's watching this. Now I want you to go away, look at your own demo reel, or just your body of work that you have if you don't have a demo reel yet. Start thinking about ways that you could craft your demo reel to be a bit more specific to your niche. If you have a demo reel already, go ahead and update it. See if you can make a new cut of it. See if you can take out things or add something and really make an impact with your demo reel. Thank you for joining me for this lesson. This is part of my Skillshare class on how to become a 3D artist professionally. Now it's time to join me in the full class where I walk you through my journey into becoming a professional 3D animator. Click on the link below. I can't wait to see you there.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest videos.